Hello, I'm John Fox, Lieutenant John West. I'm having a Danganronpa V3 Killing Harmony Adventure. This lady's talking to me. I'm gonna read her lines. It's too dark in here. We can't investigate, even if we wanted to. Don't you bring candles from other room to make this room bright, okay?
No.
That won't be necessary. Yeah, that's not necessary at all. Huh? Why? Show 'em, Kibo. Show 'em your new power. New power?
His eyes lit up. I, Muiruma, the gorgeous girl genius, have installed a new function in Kibo.
Just leave it to me. I will become the guiding light that shines on you all.
Shine on, shine on! Shine on, you crazy fucking diamond!
I'm sure that's quite how the song went.
Oh, man.
What a lame function. You should have made him, like, transform or something.
It's
It's bright now, so we should hurry up and investigate. Yeah,
Okay.
you're right. Kibo's flashlight function has been added to the truth bullet section of your monopad. Ha. Maybe he can't see in the dark then, because he'd need the flashlight. Well, we'll see if we can get some clues. There's a rock next to Tenko's body, so this must be... Yes, you remember this bit. Tenko had her forehead on this rock hunched over. She had to make herself small to fit inside the cage. Marker stone has been added to the truth bullet section of your monopad. Tenko's dead body. She took her last breath crouched over like this. According to the Monokuma file, her only injury is the stab wound to her neck. This wound is fatal. This must have caused instant death. I didn't hear a scream during the seance. Ah, wait. Instead, I will not say a word until the seance is over. Would Tenko really keep her mouth shut despite the pain?
Nope.
Her death might not have been instant, but she couldn't have gone far before she bled out. What do you mean?
What's the point?
You were concerned about that, right? You
Okay.
will wound this deep. The victim is too shocked to do anything except die. Speaking from experience. Of
That's
course,
obvious.
quick deaths are my speciality. Well then, that makes sense. The
By
real
the
question
way,
is, what was she killed with? I don't see a murder weapon around. You're right. I don't see an obvious murder weapon. It could be a clue. Tenko's last moments have been added to the truth bullet section of your monopad. Where's the sheet? This is the cage used in the seance.
is
looks-
this?
To be around 3 feet high, 5 feet wide. It's a pretty large iron cage. Big enough for a person to fit inside. During the seance, Kokichi and I covered Tenko with the cage. He was supposed to remove it as well. But it was Himiko who rushed in and removed the cage first.
Hey,
Look at this.
is
Bloodstain
this?
on the bottom of the cage. Probably Tenko's blood, yeah?
That's
Yes,
true.
I imagine so. The splatter must have been made when she was killed.
What do you
Means
mean?
Tenko was killed while she was inside the cage.
Okay.
I think you're right. Tenko went under the cage before the seance. But when the cage was lifted after the seance, she was already dead.
Then
She was stabbed right when the cage was lifted. That would explain this bloodstain, right?
Huh?
Perhaps she wasn't killed during the seance, but at the exact moment the cage was lifted. That is a possibility. The iron cage has been added to the truth bullet section of your monopad. What about the, where's the sheet? Ah, this floorboard is loose. And it's the one right under Tenko. Why is this floorboard loose?
If I remember
It wasn't like this
correctly-
before. It must have come loose during the seance. Why would it come loose during the seance?
But
A floorboard this thick and heavy wouldn't have come loose easily. And someone must have loosened it on purpose. Loose floorboard has been added to the truth bullet section of your monopad. It's the white sheet we used for the seance. It was placed on top of the cage. Kyo was the one who removed it.
Is
The cloth is
this...
pretty thick. It's similar to a window curtain, but it's completely opaque and on the back. Look, there's a blood stain on it right around the middle of the sheet.
But
With no hole in the fabric. Which means Tenko wasn't stabbed through this cloth.
Okay.
She was stabbed while underneath the cloth. White sheet has been added to the truth bullet. Oh! Let's turn this light on. My computer just reset itself. Luckily I've now fixed my recording equipment, so if something weird like that happens, I don't lose my recording. But, still. It's kind of thrown me out at the moment. Let's talk to Kibo.
leave it to me.
I will become the guiding light that shines on you on you all. I want to see what that entry says about Kibo. A function that Mio had added to Kibo, he can emit a blinding light from his eyes. Ah. Blinding is an interesting word to use. It's the wooden dog statue! Hang on, I'm gonna press the timer again. Used in the seance. I believe it's called the Dog God. During the seance, this wooden statue was on top of the cage. It took 4 of us to remove it. This wooden statue is pretty heavy.
If I remember correctly...
Kyo said it was about 175 pounds. That's about the weight of 2 girls.
What?
What do you know about girls? Have you even touched a woman besides your mother? What?
I'm kidding.
Anyway,
Is this...
this heavy thing was on top of the cage, and Tenko wouldn't have been able to get out so easily. Yeah,
okay.
you're right about that. That didn't sound like you were kidding here earlier. Dog statue's been added to the truth bullet section of your monopad. I said things that made Tenko look suspicious, and now this. I'm sorry, Tenko.
Stop
Cry
it.
later. Stop it.
What?
Huh?
Because...
Crying won't bring Tenko back, and if we don't investigate thoroughly, we'll die too.
Okay.
I need to find the truth and pin down the culprit for Tenko and all of us.
I guess...
You're right. Tenko would want us to figure it out so she'd have no regrets. That would be the best way to apologize.
Hey!
Himiko! Be strong, Himiko!
Wait.
Donta, if you shake Himiko that much, she's gonna break.
But...
She not talking, like Himiko not even here.
Like I
She
thought.
must be really shocked over Tenko. Let's leave her be for now. Okay. Himiko.
Why?
First Angie, then Tenko.
How can this be?
Gonta's so ashamed. Why Gonta no could protect friends? Okay, so while we were in the middle of the crash, I had 10 minutes of sulk time because I was like, oh, bloody computer! You know, like that. Why are there razor blades in the roof? Ceiling? And I can't see it being anyone else but Kyo. I don't understand how anyone would have the opportunity.
That cannot be.
Why? Why did this?
I knew it.
Kyo, I knew a murder was pretty shocking.
But of course.
I'm shocked about that as well. But why did the seance fail? You performed all the steps flawlessly. You seemed more concerned by that than by the murder.
Ah, yes.
Oh. If we perform the caged child again and summon Tenko's spirit this time...
This is
Cut the crap. Just tell me what happened during the seance. Both you and Suichi were present, right? Did you get killed during the seance?
I see,
Cool.
yes.
It may be best to move past what happened, to know why the seance failed.
Is that
Whatever,
so?
just hurry up. At the time, in order to begin the seance, we had Tenko, the spiritual medium, position herself as a turtle within the magic circle, so her head touched the marker stone. Then Suichi and Kokichi placed the cage over Tenko. After that, I placed the white cloth over the cage. Then all four of us placed the golden statue of the dog god atop the cage. Afterwards, we stood it in the four corners of the room. Kokichi and Suichi blew out the candles.
Yes.
Finally, we all sang the caged child song. The seance should have been complete, but...
Ah!
Now that you mention it, I remember hearing a strange sound during this song. It is a mystery to me as well. I thought perhaps someone may have tripped. Perhaps. It was a pretty loud sound for someone tripping. Perhaps Kyo knows something.
What do you
Perhaps. Then what happened?
Yes.
We called out to her, but no reply came. I had Suichi and Kokichi relight the candles. Then we removed all the items from within the magic circle in the opposite order. First, all of us removed the dog god statue. Next, I took off the white cloth, and then... Himiko ran over to the cage, and the moment she lifted it, then it sounds like Tenko was definitely killed during the seance.
No.
Would it not be difficult? Such darkness. Besides, she was inside the cage, yes?
Then...
When was she killed?
Well, that's...
Yes, that's a problem.
I see, yes.
There is another problem,
How?
and that is, why did the seance fail? I simply cannot figure it out.
Perhaps.
Maybe someone moved from their corner. Did someone else sneak in here?
What's the point?
Obviously, since the seance was clearly a sham. Maki was never one to pull her punches. There's only two reasons to do a seance in a murder mystery. You're either revealing the murderer or you're murdering someone. That makes it look like Kyo killed her. But why her? Himiko was gonna go. and then they switched at the last second. Yeah. We've got the sound during seance. I refuse to believe the boat girl will survive the entire game, so you're still a suspect. This investigation is over and shut, and it's all thanks to me for giving Kibo his new function. Now then, cunt fu killers is obviously... Okay, that's a little bit harsh. One of you stupid assholes who signed up to do this bullshit seance in the first place.
No.
No, not necessarily.
Huh?
Seriously, the seance was clearly set up to lure her in and kill her. How could someone who wasn't in the room kill her?
Could it be...
So you believe Tenko was killed during the seance?
Fucking
There's no other
moron!
possibility, shit for brains. God, don't even know that. It is true that Tenko was alive before the seance began. This is the point of no return, Tenko. After this point you mustn't speak. The next time you open your mouth, it will be Angie speaking through you. Understood. I will not say a word until the seance is over. Tenko answered Kia. So at that point, she was most certainly alive. I'm trying to figure out how he could have faked that particular line. Why is there not a page up? Ah. When the candles were relit, they'd already been killed. It means she was killed in the dark, I'm positive. What time exactly was Tenko killed after the candles were blown out? It may be an important point of this case.
Oh,
Man, what a lame function. You should have made him like transform. Okay. There's a small opening in the corner of the room. Doesn't look big enough for a person to get through, but still.
Is this...
Oh, looks like there's a space under here too. Oh, hold on. I can see something below. Looks like something dropped down there. What? Something dropped down there?
Got a minute?
After we go check everywhere else, why don't we go under the floor and see for ourselves?
okay.
Right, let's do it. Guys, we're gonna go everywhere else, and then we're gonna check that corner. But after we go everywhere else, nobody disturb that corner. Candles hung on the wall. They're the only source of light in the room. There were, anyway. There were no windows in this room, so without the candles it was pitch black. How did the culprit kill Tenko in complete darkness? Salt. It's the magic circle Kyo drew on the floor. Well, at least it was. It's been completely stomped over. I suppose it was unavoidable.
Well...
Was this drawn with salt?
Yes.
Whenever I perform the seance, I always use salt.
What?
Are you feeling all right? You sound ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
I have performed many successful seances. Why have I even had spirits enter my body?
I'm right
Shut up.
already.
I don't want to hear about your stupid delusions. Mackie really doesn't beat around the bush. It's kind of refreshing, actually.
But...
In any case, with all the footprints, I can't make out the original circle.
So what?
Find out in Kyo's lab. It should be written in the Caged Dog Village document.
Hey,
Isn't that right, Kyo? He seems depressed. I suppose that makes sense. Magic Circle Drew is in the book.
Hey!
Mackie, we've finished investigating up here. Perhaps we should check under the floor.
by the way,
It seems pretty dark down there. What should we use for light?
That's
Let's bring
true.
a candle. With Kibo's light from up here, that should be fine.
okay.
Then I'll go get a candle. Move that floorboard so so we can go down.
Okay.
Got it. I pulled off some of the floorboards near the hole, took the candle from Maki, and carefully made our way through the hole and under the floor. It's a lot more spacious than I thought. You can move pretty easily on all fours.
Okay.
Let's look around for clues.
Well,
It'd look pretty stupid if we found no clues after crawling around this dusty place.
Okay.
Found ourselves a murder weapon. Some of the wood is corroded and is broken off. You can see into the next room.
hey,
This is the wall of the empty room, right? Looks like there's wood along the wall. Part of it is rotted away. It looks like a natural rot. And this hole wasn't made international. This hole wasn't made intentionally. But I can get into the next room from here.
that's true.
If I remember correctly, the room next door is also empty, right? And the culprit could have gone from room to room by moving under here instead of using the hallway.
No.
True, but it would have been difficult moving around under the floor. We did alright because we had a light. Without that, it'd be pitch black. It might make it impossible to move around in there.
Nope.
And they could have used the light, like we're doing right now.
Well.
True. They used the light to move around under the floor? Is that possible? Or the light would have shone up? There's a blood stain on the ground underneath the loose floorboard. That's pretty far from when Tenko's blood is dripping down. It's just the same floorboards. It's under the same floorboard, just at different ends. Why is the blood here?
Hey,
The back of the floorboard has blood on it too.
Ah.
You're right. There's a little bit of blood under the underside of the floorboard.
what do you mean?
Tenko's blood splattered here when she got killed.
That's
I
true.
wonder. I can't really be sure yet.
Okay.
These blood stains here are completely dry. There must be some reason why these particular blood stains are dry. Dried blood under the floor has been added to the truth bullet section of your monopad. Loose floorboard has been added to the truth bullet section of your monopad. Blood dripping from the gaps in the floorboards. Fresh blood. This is definitely Tenko's. So that's Angie's blood.
Ah.
Look, part of the crosspiece that supports the floorboard's been cut off.
That's true.
It's near the loose floorboard, and the portion I'm missing is about the same width too. And from what I can see of it,
That's true.
it wasn't broken off naturally. This was cut by someone. There should have been saws in the warehouse, so they could have used that. The question is, why? Have a cross piece supporting the floorboard, so it might not fall if this portion is missing.
Then,
What purpose did this serve? The floorboard underneath Tenko's body is loose. The cross piece supporting has been cut. If the culprit did all of this, then why? I am so confused. Cross piece under the floor has been added to the true bullet section of your monopad. There's a sickle here. There's blood all over it.
Okay.
The blood on the sickle is fresh. This is it. This is the murder weapon.
is this...
This came from my research lab. You did?
Well,
Okay, I still don't get how it was the back of the neck. How would you do that? That's a really awkward... Okay, I guess so. I guess that's why it's a sickle. A sickle can be used to assassinate its target. It can be thrown without losing any lethality. You can hide it under your clothes too. What? sickle's a terrible murder weapon. It's for bloody cutting grass. Not cut grass. You can cut grass with it, but for cutting wheat, isn't it?
Well,
If she attacked with this, she wouldn't have stand a chance. The blade is about 6 inches.
That's right.
Okay, it's quite small. Yeah, sickles are small, aren't they? They're like, how big? Not like a Grim Reaper's, I've forgotten what that's called. But it's a giant sickle, isn't it? But like, they've got a different name. They do the same thing, though. Just a giant version of a one-handed sickle. Since Tenko was in the cage, she wouldn't have been able to defend herself.
but
Even if this is our murder weapon, how did the culprit attack Tenko in the cage? The blade could fit through the gaps in the cage. Could it reach her neck?
That's true.
The cage is 3 feet high. If you were to stab into it with a 6-inch blade, well, it would depend on Tenko's posture, but I don't think it's impossible. Then her posture is the question.
Hey,
If the weapon is down here, the culprit must have thrown it away, right?
that's true.
Perhaps after killing Tenko, the culprit threw the sickle under the floor in the dark. Or they could have been under the floor the entire time. Either of those is possible. What's it called? Because I know in computer games they just hold it like that, but it's got handles. Like, it's like that, and you have a handle there and a handle there. You hold it like that. And you reap. Like that. Those with a sickle, you just do that. Hold it. Back towards you. Right? Where the blade is, it's always towards you. I think we've finished investigating here.
Is that alright?
Becky, do you want to head back up? Glad you asked. I was starting to get fed up with all this dust. After Maki and I crawled out from under the floor, we put the floorboards back. Turn to our investigation.
by the way,
We've only been investigating this room. Are you sure that's wise?
Huh?
What do you mean?
because
Haji and Tenko have different killers, and the blackened we need to vote for is
You're right.
culprit for the first murder, the culprit who killed Angie. That's what Monokuma said.
then
Instead of investigating Tenko's death, shouldn't we be investigating Angie's? Yes,
okay.
of course.
But
But this is bigger than the killing game, for the sake of the two who died. I need to reveal the truth of both their deaths. I understand why you feel that way. But if you plan on investigating the other crime scene again, we should probably hurry. Just want to have a quick look at that. Okay, so what I'm getting is... So we can sort of see the circle. So the culprit pulled down the piece of wood, did the stab, and let go. Yeah? So it could have been somebody next door, but who could have seen? Only the robot, because he could, he might be able to see in the dark still. Because if there was light, I mean, sure, that's covered, the cage covers that bit. Well, yeah. We would have seen the light from underneath, even subtly, because it would have been in the corner. It's a magic circle, Kyoto. Oh yeah, we know. When I came to the hallway, a scene more surprising than I could ever imagine unfolded. A third murder. Oh my word, it's a third murder!
It's a lie!
Well done. Why would you do that? Kokichi. Did I surprise you? Were you going to scream and cry in terror?
Huh?
What are you doing? Oh, sorry. I was a little lightheaded from the blood loss. Yeah, this is real blood.
Why?
Okay, so what are you doing? I got curious about something, so I decided to search the empty room next door. Then suddenly, I stepped through the floorboard.
Huh?
Stepped through a floorboard.
That's so mean.
Jeez, that got me good. Because of this, I tripped and fell pretty hard.
Got a minute?
If you're going to lose consciousness, do it after you tell us everything. Sorry, my bad. I guess there was no crosspiece supporting the floorboard, so I just kind of stepped through. I also know about crosspieces, and use the same terminology. Haha, what bad luck. Crosspiece was gone. Does that mean... Oh!
Huh?
Confidence! Dreams! That's what the Killing Game is all about! Killing Game fans! Hold your head high and watch with your own two
I
eyes!
think this is a reference, but I don't know what it's a reference to.
Baseball, soccer, mobile games! They're all nothing compared to the Killing Game!
Oh, crap. Going to need to charge this.
The Killing Game just can't be beat!
Where would I have put it? I know where it is, I think. Oh. Would this do? It does. I know where the second wire is. It's at work. This is so professional.
Behold, students! The entrance to the trial grounds!
I guess time's up. Oh man, it's because of you guys I didn't have enough time to check something.
Huh?
What were you trying to check?
See?
I wanted to re-research the seance again, so I brought this document with me. But unfortunately,
Man.
I couldn't find anything new that could be used as a clue. Those scratches on the page. Were they there before? Kyo perfectly reenacted the seance as what was written in the document. He drew his magic circle the exact same way as in the picture. Not only that, he used the same exact tools too. Nothing suspicious about this whole thing. Well, I wanted to check the finer details, but I'll tell you about it later. At the class trial, so see you there. Kokichi left, the blood loss clearly affecting his footing a bit. Bloody Kokichi. Bloody Kokichi has been added to the truth bullet section of your monopad. Let's go 2.
That's true.
Yeah, okay. Is Maki nervous? I see, so even she gets nervous sometimes.
Do you want to die?
What are you staring at? Do you want to die? Okay. They know about the light in the floorboards because it was in the second game. They wouldn't contradict themselves, would they? I sincerely hope not. Right. This is complex. Well, it's long. At the very least. There are a lot of clues. Oh, well, where is it? We'll make our final decision. Ooh, pretty soon. Hang on. Yeah, okay, probably at the start of the next episode then. It would appear that we've all gathered. It seems there are less and less of us.
Oh.
Two friends made it that much harder to solve mystery.
Don't worry.
Well, don't worry. I'm sure you've gotten a little smarter by now, Gonta. Yes, Gonta do his best to help. I want you to graduate from super idiot level to at least Kaito idiot level.
What?
Hey, what's that supposed to mean?
Are you okay?
More importantly, are you okay, Kaito? I'm feeling better now, but wow, Maki Roll sure does pack a punch.
I don't know.
It's your fault. You don't need to worry about our dwindling numbers. Only dipshits have died so far.
That being said,
I know it's a tall order, but try to use your brains this time so I don't have to use mine.
Hoo-yah!
These golden brain cells of mine are a gift to the entire world.
Unacceptable.
It's as though every time you open your mouth, you become less likable.
Rest in peace.
Achua, please lend us your power.
But
It may be difficult for us to rely on Achua, considering what happened to Angie, whom Achua loved most of all.
Well, you know.
She shouldn't have relied on Achua in the first place. But seriously, it's kind of funny seeing a robot believe in God, especially Achua.
I also...
So what? Robots can believe in God.
Indeed.
Actually, before I met Angie, I had a similar experience. Hearing voices, I mean. You might call it an inner voice. It tells me what to do whenever I'm in
Got a minute?
How long are you going to say that for? Achua and Ghost don't matter right now.
Jeez.
I feel like that was quite important and she just interrupted a semi-confession. Yeah, the trial this time is going to be rough. We're caught in Monokuma's trap. His trap.
That's right.
He probably made the fourth floor so scary on purpose to prevent me from investigating.
Oh, right
No,
already.
we didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no way.
Hey, so...
Suichi, say something.
Huh?
What should I say? Right. We are on chapter 3, which means Maki and Kaito are safely not suspects. Right? Now, I make a final decision. Final decision's actually going to be the start of next episode, but I'm just saying that they're not suspects, right? You know what? I'm probably just going to go with my... I think it was her who programmed him to do stuff. I'm going to go with that. I can't think of anything better. But that doesn't count as the final decision, because the final decision must be made on the blue screen right before the trial begins. Oh no, we've got like... Sorry, I misread the time. We have like 5 minutes. Oh, okay, I will make a final decision then. We've got like 4 minutes. I've got glue bits of episode together, it's really annoying. As usual, we walk towards the elevator in silence. As soon as we remaining survivors stepped aboard, we descended. Perhaps because there were fewer of us, the elevator seemed to move faster. And so we fell faster and faster. And there's no earthly way of knowing which way this lift is going, and it's surely isn't showing any signs of slowing? And it just keeps on going. I don't remember. I'm trying to do the poem from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Anyway, and so we fell faster and faster downward into the black. The elevator stopped, and just like always, the doors parted slowly. The light that shines on us from the other side, the bright light of our future. Or is it?
Uh-oh.
Boy, they look really depressed. Must be because there's even less participants now. You don't say they look depressed. It'll make Monodam sad. As much as I'd love to keep hearing this adorable back and forth. Let's hurry up and get this started.
Extreme!
At last, the class trial will begin. I hope you enjoy it to your heart's content. The third class trial was about to begin. Ganji Onaga, the ultimate artist. She created the Academy Student Council to try and prevent the killing game. Then, Tenko Chabashira, the ultimate Aikido master. She hated men, but I knew that she hated this terrible game even more. The two who were killed were both trying to stop the killing. And who was the one who killed them? Maybe the magician? Was it one person? Or two different people? Too many people on this screen, man. It's too many people. We need to pin that down in this class trial. Oh yeah, and it's definitely not him. In order to live, we have to find the truth. And I will fight for it. I will fight the truth and lies. With truth and lies. In this class trial. You want to say yes? Should we make our decision now? I don't think it's going to change, but I mean, I might have thoughts between episodes. What space do we have? We've got loads. Oh, it's not been bought. How many fragments do we have? Keyword in the first speaker's argument will be shown from the start, effective during. Silences all conversations except those the reticle is on. Alright. Let's have a look through the evidence. Okay. Deadly stab through the torso. Lacerations on her forehead. Ah, I wish we had a picture there. Okay, that's sort of interesting. Angie had locked herself in the ultimate lab since yesterday, working on the ritual. She would not unlock the door unless someone from the student council asked her to. Those people. 4 wax effigies were created for the resurrection ritual. They were exact replicas of the late Rantaro, Kaede, Ryoma, and Rumi. They were hung upside down from the ceiling beams. I don't understand why. I like look. Can she cosplay as dead people because they're not? Maybe she put them upside down. They were stabbed in the Kaede effigy. Was it so old the handle's golden leaf rubs off easily? There's blood on the tip. Taken from the ultimate anthropologist lab. Yeah, anyone can out into the lab. Okay, so her eyes were closed. I think. Hang on. No. Because you've got to burn the Necronomicon. It's the first step. Ah. Well, Kichi can pick the lock, but everyone else would have to knock. What does it mean, sliding lock? Oh, it closes behind, doesn't it? Something golden shiny was on the handle. Forehead injury. So she was knocked out? Bloody piece of duct tape stuck to her hair. Blood on it had already dried. The blood that was flowing from the back of Angie's neck created a pool. Why is there dried blood on it? Angie? It's Angie's blood. Okay. I'm trying to... hang on. Angie hurt her head by tripping and falling because of the cut thing. In the same way that Angie got hurt exactly the same way as the dude got hurt. Bloody Koichi. Where is he? He's got, yeah, exactly the same wound. So she made a blood pool already. I don't know why though. Okay, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to finish speculating on the start of the next episode, but I'm probably going to stick with my random guess. Of her. Through him somehow. He's already got a light. Why does he need one in his eyes? Clearly got one in his hands. I've been John Proxy on channel John of the West. I've been having a Danganronpa 3 Killing Harmony adventure. And I'll see you guys next time. Thank you. Thank you for watching. This episode went well over time because of my speculation.